Assalamualaikum, good evening, and greeting of peace to everyone. Well, this is my pleasure to introduce one of our esteemed guests this evening, Senator Tom Carper. And I was going through his stuff on Google. You know, you can Google everyone nowadays, and it shows up everything. He was born in Beckley, West Virginia, and you know, I trained in Morgantown myself, so that's a good connection with him. He graduated from Ohio State University and holds an MBA from the University of Delaware. He served our country well in the Vietnam War and continued to serve the U.S. Naval Reserve for 18 years, retiring with the rank of captain. In 1975, he began his political career through his work for Economic Development Office for the state of Delaware. Since then, he served as Delaware State Treasurer, Delaware represented the U.S. House for 5 terms, Governor of Delaware from 1993 to 2000, and subsequently has served as U.S. Senator from 2000 to present. Throughout his diverse political career, he has worked to reform immigration, improve our economy, and as a ranking member of the Senate Committee on Homeland Security and Government Affairs and Senate Environment Committee to protect the environment and country. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming United States Senator Tom Carper.
Thank you very much, Doctor. We have people gathered here who have lived in places all over the world. I learned today that April Fool's Day is actually celebrated in countries all over the world. Not just in the United States, not just in this hemisphere, but all over the world. Is that true?
Yes.
It is true. And in the spirit of April Fool's Day, I'd just like to share with you this late-breaking news story. New York Times has just reported this afternoon that Donald Trump may not have been born in America. A tweet from the White House refuses to acknowledge the story. They say the news is fake. The leaks are real. They did send out a tweet that said the notion that Mr. Trump is a direct descendant of Muhammad is not true. I will let you judge for yourself. Just think of this. If that were true and Mr. Trump had to step down, Mike Pence would become the President of the United States. The question is, who would become the Vice President? We have a former housing director here in Delaware that you all know. His name is Anas Benadi. I would like to put his name in nomination. What do you think? Anas. Let's hear it for Anas. Let's hear it for April Fool's Day. What was not said in the introduction that you just heard was faith has been an important part of my life. I was born in West Virginia. My mother took my sister and me to church every Sunday morning, every Sunday night, every Wednesday night, and most Thursday nights. Some people think they don't have church on Thursday nights. Well, we did where I lived, and more often than not, we were there. My mother wanted my sister and me to embrace and internalize the golden rule. Treat other people the way we want to be treated. So an old story in the Bible about a young rabbi, some 2,000 years ago, who was asked by a bunch of people trying to get him into trouble to tell them who or what was the most important commandment of all. He said, there's not just one, there's 2. The second is to love thy neighbor as thyself. They asked him, who is thy neighbor? He told them the parable about the Good Samaritan. As it turns out, it's just not in the Old Testament or the New Testament of the Bible that I've read all of my life where you find the golden rule. You find it in Holy Scriptures of every major religion on earth. Muslim, Jew, Buddhist, Hindu. There's all of the stipulation that we should treat each other the way we want to be treated. Sometimes when the leaders of a country, and this country included, do not fully subscribe to the golden rule, we have something called the Constitution, which helps to bring them back on course. We have this amazing system of checks and balances that's been in place for over 200 years. So that if a president starts to act like a king, the legislative branch of our government, or the judicial branch of our government, can rein that person back in. And when someone, the president of this country wants to impose a ban on 7 nations, all of whom have one thing in common, they're Muslim, we have a court, the court system, the federal judiciary system, who can say, wait a minute, not so fast, Mr. President. And that's what's happened. A guy named Edmund Burke, lived many, many years ago, died many, many years ago. He was, I think, a Scotsman, a philosopher, statesman. He used to say these words: the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for men and women of goodwill to do nothing. Think about that. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for men and women of goodwill to do nothing. I hope you are seeing for yourselves. I'm certainly seeing for myself. The people that are marching in the streets and states from one coast to the other, marching on the White House, petitioning in the newspapers, on the media and social media, the men and women of goodwill are saying, not so fast, not so fast. Last thing I would say, there's another verse of scripture in our New Testament of our Bible. You may have heard, maybe not, but it's in Matthew 25. When I was hungry, did you feed me? When I was naked, did you clothe me? When I was thirsty, did you give me a drink? When I was sick and in prison, did you visit me? One thing people don't remember from Matthew 25 is what I'm going to tell you right now. Matthew 25 also says, when I was a stranger in your land, did you welcome me? When I was a stranger in your land, did you welcome me? My prayer, my hope, is that folks that come here with no malintent on their mind, except to look for a better place, a safer place to live, that when they come to the state of Delaware and to America, they will find a place, when they show up on our shores as strangers, that we will welcome them. If they happen to come in through the harbor up at New York City, you'll see the Statue of Liberty with that torch held high. And if they get close enough, they'll read an inscription. They'll read an inscription. It's carved into the Statue of Liberty, which came to us as a gift, I think, from a friend, if I'm not mistaken. But that inscription on the Statue of Liberty, I'll see if I can find the word, it goes something like this: give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free. Wretched, homeless, refuse of your teeming shores, send them tempest tossed to me. Send them tempest tossed to me. May it always be so. Welcome. God bless you all. Thank you for all that you do for us. Thank you.